I don't,
Hi, everybody.
I don't care for that little ditty.
I tried something new.
Well, it's annoying to listen to it 3 times.
Well, we'll take it off. Just let it be quiet.
Just, yeah, let it mellow them out before we get on here.
Mellow 'em.
Calm down a little bit.
You don't want them all happy to be here.
Clapping along and stuff. They just need to be mellowing out.
Might be the little dance they needed to do.
How many did I miss, Zoe?
She said the ditty scared the crap out of her.
It kind of caught me off guard too when Zoe said, I made a new one. Go look at it. I said, why has it got noise?
We also tried a little something new with the.
Uh-oh.
I want to see if.
Lori's sick in bed.
I wanted to see if you guys can see the comments on the screen right there. I know that I'm hoping that it'll show both Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, maybe if you're on YouTube and somebody's commenting on Facebook, you'll be able to see it instead of having to rely on us to repeat it.
But if
right now, I'm not seeing. Yeah, there's no.
No, you gotta look on our screen.
No, I'm looking here to see if there are.
Nobody has commented from Facebook.
There's nobody from Facebook. But it did say that we're on.
Yeah, it shows we're on. So we'll see.
I just want to see if somebody comments from Facebook, if you can see it on YouTube, and then YouTube people can see.
Joanne made the coconut cake today.
How was it? Oh, she said it was so good.
Good. It is kind of small. I see that, Tanya. I'm not sure
now
how all that works. It's just something we're trying to see.
Tanya, put your glasses on.
I don't know if we can. Can you click on it by chance? I think that's no.
What? No, don't do that.
Okay, that's showing both. Now, how do you get us out of here?
Hit escape.
Well, that's kind of not bad.
Right there. Now we can read it better.
There we go.
It's not terrible.
No, it was okay.
You missed me because you didn't know I was here. There's Dean. Zoe, I need a good meatloaf recipe.
Oh, goodness. Well, me, can you start talking about food?
No, Dean just showed up. You're already going to start on food.
I won't do that yet. She could not find the condensed milk.
You know, you had somebody else stop and tell you. Oh, our neighbor stopped and told you she couldn't find it.
Find it at a grocery store, but we found ours at Walmart. And it was on the baking aisle where your sweet.
It's right next to coconut milk.
It's next to coconut milk. It's next to your your coconut shaving flakes and all. Yeah. But I bet it would be good without it. It'd be just as good because I use it in place of. You can
still use extract.
Yes.
You were just using it.
Yes, I use it in place of extract. So extract would have worked fine. Okay.
I can see it, but too small for me to read, and I've got my glasses on. I'm sorry. Well, you may be on. Are you on your phone?
It is little. I mean, it's little on our screen. It's about this big.
Rainy said, I just added Facebook. The ticker only shows YouTube comments.
Well, we're seeing.
I just saw hers.
I think we only have YouTube comments coming in.
Well, I was trying to help out Tanya, but I don't know if it's going to be big enough. I don't know how to adjust it. We just have figured out how to put it on there.
But we've had people talk about they wish they could see the comments for the live after the live, and I think that would solve it. They can see the comments as they come through without actually going to the comments section.
Maybe. You are looking blurry. Well, we're not blurry.
Uh-oh.
I don't think. Our feed is not showing us blurry, but.
Your tour of the Botanical Gardens was very interesting and hilarious. I could watch you banter all day.
We didn't banter that much, except right at the very end when you was trying to get on my nerves.
When you were hot.
You were trying to talk like the Queen Palace or something, and I was ready to leave you there.
Because you were hot and all extra.
Do you know at that point in time how bad my knees were hurting?
And it was so muggy.
Oh, gosh.
We could feel that storm brewing. And it came a storm while we were at the restaurant, didn't it?
It started raining right as we left. We were still in the parking lot of Botanical Gardens. But
yeah.
You walked me up and down those steps, and then we went up like 3 or 4 hills and realized we were on a service road. We weren't even in the gardens anymore. We were in the woods.
We were behind people's houses.
So when we had to turn around and go back, and by the time you got me to where you thought was the Queen's English Garden, I was over it.
Yeah.
And my knees were throbbing, and you were wanting to do silly voices, and I wanted to leave you. But that's all the bantering there was, I think.
You wouldn't let me pick any vegetables.
No, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to pick the vegetables. They could have been letting them go to seed on purpose. What if they're seed saving or something? They have greenhouses. They may be saving seeds. Maybe why they didn't pick them.
Sure
but they had been cutting okra, though.
Right. Well, I think.
Yeah, it was natural gardens, all right. We was in the woods.
I think, what was I about to say?
Tanya said the Botanical Garden in July in Alabama is not the best time to visit there. I agree. Even Zoe said, I didn't really think this out.
Yeah. Because I was like, and then we left and it was the middle of the day. And then so that area, they host.
Uh-oh.
What?
You fixing to go off on a tangent. Go ahead.
No, just in that area, they encourage the community to get out and explore the different sites and places in the Birmingham area. And so I guess on the weekends they host, what was it called? Scavenger hunts.
That has nothing to do with Botanical Gardens.
I'm just saying.
No.
One of the scavenger hunts that was going on.
That's groups all over Birmingham just using that as a location. That had nothing to do with the Botanical Gardens.
I'm just saying there was a scavenger hunt.
There were several.
And there was people everywhere.
Yeah, with that
participating.
But they didn't look at nothing but their phone.
Participating in a scavenger hunt. And everybody had their phone like this and some kind of cord going from their phone to their backpack.
Yeah.
Everybody had that. So everybody we walked past was doing this the whole time. Nobody was actually there to
What is the point of walking around in Botanical Gardens? You haven't looked up from your phone?
Nobody actually took the time to look at anything.
Yeah, those scavenger hunts are other groups.
So all the people that you saw, if you saw any in the video, was people on the most of them. There was a couple of older couples that were there to sightsee, but the rest were on a mission.
North Carolina girl said, I think your style is cottage English style.
Cottage. I like that word, cottage. You say cottage.
Cottage.
You say cottage.
Whatever. Zoe, I don't think you can get on to me for pronouncing words.
But cottage.
I don't think you can get on to me at all.
Would have a cottage garden.
No, cottage.
English.
But I don't think you
English cottage
can get on to anybody on how you pronounce words, because Wanda just said Zoe is going to Japanese. And I just stopped. Zoe, I have to edit crap like that. And you know what? I didn't edit it.
Did I say that?
Yes. You said we're about to lift up, I think is how you said it, from Alabama and transport to Japanese. Zoe.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. It's in the video. I did it on purpose. They saw it. And I said, Zoe, no, it's Japan, baby. It's not Japanese. And you said, okay, we're going to Japan. What?
Why is your voice when you try to prove point?
Maybe so you can hear me. No, Zoe's Zen pose was not hilarious, not at all, because she was trying to do it in the roped off area.
No, he wouldn't let me.
No, the city of Birmingham won't let you. No. It's got a rope around it.
It had a rope. It wasn't the one that had the alarm.
But it's still not a rope.
Rope just suggests to stay out.
No.
The alarm says, I will sound if you come in.
You didn't read. We showed them that garden etiquette sign. You didn't read it. Stay on pathways. Do not cross ropes and gates.
It's just etiquette. That's just suggestion. It didn't say rules. It's just etiquette. There are lots of etiquette things that people don't do. Don't mean they're breaking the rules.
I hope this bunch tells you just how wrong you are. I'm not going to even try, but I hope they do. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all all might just go on and agree with it. I would have to say wanted to deadhead and pick the vegetables. Did you see the walkers are close to 100,000?
I did.
Zoe actually told me. I didn't see it.
Yeah, me and Cassie's talked about it. I'm so excited for them. And I'm so excited that they're coming to Alabama. All of my Oklahoma people are coming.
All of them. And even throwing in some Arkansas people and Florida people.
I'm telling you. I'm so excited.
I'm traveling from California to North Carolina. I'm in the same time zone as you right now. Going to see my sister-in-law.
Oh, goodness.
Who has cancer and not doing well. We will pray for Betty, Janine. Glad y'all had a fun experience. That's a beautiful place in spring and early fall. Weddings in the Rose Garden.
I would love to go in the spring. Next time, let's go in May.
Let's go before it gets hot.
Like April.
Yeah, something like that. The Rose Garden still was nice though, but I think some of that had timed out. It really hot.
Yeah, it was. They were past their prime, I think.
When is the best time to see the botanical gardens? I would think spring.
Yeah.
Be my guess, but Miss Lynn said early fall. There could be some not good stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve and need all the exercise you got there with Miss Zoe, old something Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for giving me ideas for my week down there in September.
Oh, that might be a good time. It's going to be a little warm then too, but that'd be good.
Same as when they go to concerts, too busy filming to actually watch the live concert they paid money to see. They weren't doing anything but staring at their phones. I guess it's on maps or something. But there's several groups all over.
There's an app they had to download.
The city of Birmingham, it's groups around the city of Birmingham, not the actual city, but there's several of them that do scavenger hunts, and some of these people pay like $25-$50 to do it.
I mean, I guess it encourages you to get out and exercise and visit and see new places, right?
A Nickism. Londa, don't start. She don't need your help. Do you know all's good with the Browns? Been missing seeing new videos from them. I talked to Nico this week. Everything was good. He was just really, really busy.
Yeah.
But they were doing great. And he said, hope same for us.
Working a lot, yeah.
What are all the lines over on the bottom corner of the screen? Dean, we're trying to let people see the comments, Dean. But I think most of them said it was too small, but that's all that's offered. I mean, we didn't create that. That's just an option that we decided to try.
Turn it off, but we're going to let it go for this one and see what kind of response we get. I mean, if anything, it'd just cover my face.
There was a sign not to climb on rock.
Yeah.
Mary, I know. See, that wasn't a suggestion. It was a rule. Don't climb on the rocks. Don't cross the ropes. Stay on the path. All that good stuff. But what does Zoe do? I want to climb on rocks. Not just do I want to climb on rocks. I want to climb on rocks inside the roped off area. And instead, you just climbed up on a normal rock. But then we waited all that time for that pose. And I'm like, that's it. That
was my.
Do you know what I thought you were going to do?
What? Ha-cha?
I really thought you were going to do the crane thing from Karate Kid.
Well, I couldn't get my balance.
I really thought that's what I was expecting. When I turned on the camera, I was expecting you to, I thought she's going to do the Karate Kid thing. She can't help it. She's going to do it. And that wasn't even what you went with. Well, I was surprised.
I didn't want to fall down. I thought that was my safest thing. I almost tried to do a jump spin kick.
Oh, I wish you had of you.
But because there was a lot of rocks right there. And I said, that would have been
You
bad.
would have busted it. That we'd have had to make a reel out of that. Tony said etiquette equals rules.
No.
Yes, it does.
Etiquette
To everybody but you.
suggested.
No, it's not. That's not at all.
Table etiquette
is rules for how you're supposed to do it. It's not a suggestion.
Then why don't you get in trouble when you don't?
You should. Not at large means not taking sides. Not taking sides means I don't want to tell Zoe she's wrong. That's what.
Well, Lorraine told me I was wrong.
I'm sorry, you're wrong, Zoe. Right on, dude. You know when they say I don't really want to take sides, that means that Zoe is wrong, because if it was me, they would say, "Oh no, you're wrong." But they won't say that to you. They'll say, "Well, I don't really want to take sides. Zoe just don't know any better." Poor thing. Or as Cheryl said, silly Zoe.
Yeah.
I really did expect you to do the crane thing, though. It said, "Do not climb on the rocks, Zoe."
And you thought you left.
The kids at home. It would have been way worse.
Hey, Mom.
It would have been way worse with the kids.
They would not have enjoyed it.
No, they wouldn't have, and it would have been unbearable walking around that place for 2.5 hours with Red.
Red would have needed a drink and to sit down.
No, he didn't need several.
And he would have been sweating to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at some point, he probably would have ended up in the water trying to catch the turtles.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
There's no telling how many flowers he would have picked.
Oh, yeah. And he'd been mad if I didn't wear them.
Yeah. Because, Mama, I picked you a flower. No, you can't pick those. He has picked flowers that didn't belong to us before.
Chance would have found that cucumber and ate it.
Yeah. Not good to take them. Looks like a bunch of straight lines moving. What's Pam said, and Texas?
Well, we're about 5 minutes behind right now.
I have to. Well, that would be even further behind, though, wouldn't it? Zoe, I had to get behind trying to read.
It's fine. I was just telling you, I can't remember at this
point. Oh, I was wondering what else she said. I don't know. I don't want to scroll back too long and miss it. The event at Petals in September will be epic. There's a lot of good people coming.
Yep, I sure hope so.
Spring and autumn, changing of the leaves is always beautiful. Kim loves your hair.
Cute.
We have not seen our brown farmhouse in a while.
Yeah,
they are extremely busy. Mm-hmm. But I did talk to him this week. Please keep me in your prayers. Doctor gave me some muscle relaxers that helps down from a 20 to a 9.
Oh, goodness.
We'll be praying for that too, Doris. Are you going to be there? Avengers in September. Is he asking us if we're going to be there?
No.
I'm going to be at Petals in September. Yes. Not at Laura said, "Nick, your hair's nice too. I saw it over here."
It's at the bottom.
Letters now need to be as big as the screen, otherwise letters on the screen are too small. Yeah, I get it. I'm sitting here right now trying to talk my hubby into going to
it is
North Carolina's not that far.
No.
Look, if we can drive to Oklahoma, North Carolina, Alabama, no problem. Like Judy's new children's book, Zoe did it anyway. She does a lot anyway. Now we all know where Red gets his moves.
Miss Melba from Rockford, Illinois.
Robin said, "I'm a rule follower. Do not cross the road."
Rule follower too. I didn't cross the road.
Yeah, but you don't see etiquette as rules, and they didn't say garden rules. They tried to be nice and said garden etiquette. Here's how you're supposed to act in a formal garden.
Not have to. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, you did.
What did I?
Pretty much etiquette equals rules, Zoe.
What did I do wrong?
You stood on the rock, and it plainly said, "Do not climb on the rocks."
No, it did not.
Where do you think?
Inside the rope. Roped off part.
It says do not climb on rocks. It didn't say just inside the ropes.
You'll have to show me because I didn't see.
I'll show you. It says do not climb on the rocks.
People are sitting on them everywhere.
But it says don't do it. It also says no smoking, and then people would walk by and discover your hut with just sitting on the ground fired up.
Well, it also says to stay on the pathways, and the entire rose garden was grass.
You know, we talked about that. I don't know if I left it in the video.
Broke the rules too.
Because you told me to.
No, sir. You
no, listen.
Wait, or not a follower.
Wait, we're going to talk about that.
I actually followed you around because most of the video was your backside because I followed you around.
And you did not. I did not climb up on any rocks.
No, but you walked outside of the path.
I did try to stay ahead of you so that you could video what you wanted about me. Every time I got beside you, you were trying to video something on my side. I was like, maybe if I stay ahead of her, I'll be the heck out of the way of the video. No, seriously.
Hope you video when they turn
when Birmingham PD brings her out.
He won't.
So y'all,
like he knew me.
Roping off something means staying out and corral your kids. Stay in the path area here in South Carolina because there's potentially snakes in the grass or under the bushes. Well, so also no picking fruit and flowers. So, the rose garden, it had grass all the way around it. And I'm like, Zoe, it says stay on the paths. And she said, you can't read the signs from the path. And I was like, she's got a point. Maybe it's okay to walk in the grass. And we looked and everybody's walking in the grass. And I'm like, I'm trying to stay on the pathway, but some of the signs will be turned away from me. I was like, well, we're not going to know what it is.
They got to be labeled that way for a reason.
And then I'm thinking, well, maybe you're just supposed to look at the flowers and the signs are just there. I thought, no, that can't be right. You're supposed to be able to read the sign. So I walked on the grass in the rose garden. But I was trying to stay on the path then because when you took off through the grass, I said, Zoe, you're supposed to stay on the path. And you said, I can't see the signs from the path.
Good.
But I don't think I videoed that part. Good hospitals in Birmingham. Zoe should have taken rock twists. Yes. Zoe, I'm a rule follower. You are wrong. Zoe is usually wrong, but she will never admit to being wrong. Wanda said it's awesome, be feral. So you're feral. It's your fault Rhett's feral, not mine.
Thank you. We'll just agree to disagree. But
if they are posted on someone else's property, means they are rules, not etiquette or suggestions. For instance, the no trespassing signs on my ranch are not a suggestion nor etiquette. I'm surprised though we didn't pick that one rose.
I did not.
No, she didn't, Pam. But when she was holding it, you hear me in the video say, "What are you doing?" Because I thought you were about to.
Just let
I was like, "What are you doing?" And you said, "I'm holding it still to get it."
I was letting the camera focus on it.
I was like, "Thank God," because I thought you was to pick it. I was like, Zoe, have you lost your mind?
Not a stealer.
A stealer. I'm not taking sides, kind of like bless her heart.
The only thing I took was a rock that was stuck in the tread of my shoe.
Oh, I was thinking, like, what rock did you take? And why?
Yeah, suits to boots, yes.
You are behind. Texas people will come with the pedals.
That's right.
Yes, Pam, I'm behind.
Yes.
I did see that on her post, though.
And Jamie is planning to come.
There's Catherine.
She probably doesn't come and go, and it's
probably
that far behind.
I'm just now seeing her, though. If everyone climbed on the rock, it would wear away, Zoe.
Uh-huh.
They are being polite when they don't correct you.
That is right.
So it don't mean you were doing right. It means they were trying to be polite. And like, this is a grown woman. Surely she can read the rules, which is on our etiquette board. And etiquette means rules. Surely she read it. She's grown. I mean, this is
It
not
was
a child.
area.
We should not get off.
The rock was in the walking path. It was a photo area.
No, the path went around the rock.
No.
Yeah. I'm sure they don't want people to climb the rocks because if someone got hurt, they'd want to sue. That's probably got a lot.
Well, when you come in, it tells you that everything is on your own, that you
were just trying to make sure she walked behind you.
Yeah.
No, I tried to actually stay beside her because every time I'd get ahead looking at something, she would call me right back to her anyway. So I was trying to stay right there, but then when she got ready to film something, she was always, I would have to move around. So I was like, I'm just going to walk at my own pace and look at stuff, and I'll just keep going back. She got something she wanted me to see.
Yeah, me, I danced a lot. I would do some skipping and stuff. And then they wouldn't have to hear me talk about how pretty everything was.
You mean, how cute is that?
Uh-huh.
How pretty is that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I cut a lot of those out. I wouldn't even go tell them.
Well, I thought everything was so pretty. And it was
was pretty. Reading signs and doing it anyway is the equivalent of men taking the instructions out of the box and throwing them away, then trying to put together whatever you bought. I don't do that. I try to stay with the instructions.
Like,
I don't like redoing it.
And knowing a better way, even though it's going reroute.
It was telling us to reroute, and we were going the right way.
I know. I don't understand that either. It's like me driving 30 miles out of the way to go to
Jones Christie,
Oklahoma.
I don't throw the instructions away because I don't want to have to redo it. I go ahead and read the instructions to start with. Zoe is not wrong, just mistaken sometimes. There's all kinds of nice ways to put that.
Interpretation of things.
Gonna get Nick and Zoe on those kayaks. Me and Zoe just, we sold kayaks when you were pregnant with Rhett. Yeah. I guess we just did it. I used to bass fish tournaments out of kayaks. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Buster said I make things interesting.
I'm glad people stopped trespassing around here. We got tired of digging holes. I think Zoe likes orange and peach the best, but maybe I'm wrong. They are my favorite colors too. Do you like orange and peach?
I like the color peach, and I like the color red, and I like the color purple. Not the movie. I've never watched the movie, but I like the color purple. Like,
do you know if somebody asked me your favorite color, I wouldn't be able to tell them? Because I don't think you have one. I
like stiletto red, and I like peach.
What is stiletto red? Ain't that just red? I'm serious. I've never heard stiletto red. I don't know what that means.
I like red bottom shoes.
I really didn't know what that means.
And I like a dark gothic purple. I like the color peach.
Well, if somebody had asked me your favorite color, I wouldn't have been able to tell them because you don't really have one. It's like black.
Yes, black. Black would be number one.
Settle that problem. What? I see where Rick gets his feral side.
Maybe a little bit.
Journey Along with Jen's talking about the Texas flooding. We've been watching that.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
One of the little girls was from the Birmingham area.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the neighborhood she was from is right there by the Botanical Gardens. She was from Mountain Brook. There was a rope completely around that rock.
Not the one I climbed on, no. There was.
Settle the problem and tell us about your animals. Gloria, you're going to have a sense of humor. We're just joking.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. We don't really care. We do that to entertain the people on here because they get a kick out of it. Zoe doesn't care what I think about her rock. And I don't guess I really thought too much about her breaking the rules because I was still there. And
I didn't go over.
You did
any
break the
roads.
rules.
I didn't go over any.
No, but you climbed on a rock. The word sometimes is much nicer than all the time. They're hot shoes that make you stand up straighter.
Oh.
What? What is? Gwen? It's fun and lighthearted bantering, Chrissy said. Well, I don't have anything to tell y'all about the animals because it's blazing hot every day. We're leaving them the heck alone.
Yeah. We really have been trying to make them not come out because, of course,
it's early morning, late evening, and
yeah.
Otherwise, we leave them alone because it's hot. They need to stay in the shade and lay down.
Yeah, we really try because no matter how much we try to avoid their area, they're gonna come out if they see you. I mean, they're gonna come out wherever you're at, and so we just.
Y'all, it's been kind of difficult figuring out what to do because every video we do can't be off the farm.
No.
I mean, there's a lot that do, but we flip some hair and stomp your foot. We try not, I mean, we've got to get back to the farm.
Yeah.
Right. So our next video is on the farm because we did a little bit of it yesterday. But the whole time you're out there, they're wanting something.
They do.
The dogs are wanting to be with you, and they need to be in the shade.
Right.
I was like, y'all go get back on the camper where they were at. The goats are standing at the fence hollering, the cows are hollering, and I'm like, most of the time they stay laying down.
Yeah.
But we're trying to get some done, but you just don't want them out in it. Really?
We're having to break up our work time too right now.
Oh, God, yeah.
You can't help but just pour sweat, even just standing still. And so we're breaking it up, doing some in the mornings, and we've had to do a little bit in the evenings, which is what we'll do tomorrow as well.
Well, we will have to do it early morning tomorrow. I've got something happening in the middle of the day that's screwing up the whole day. But we've got to work some early in the morning because tomorrow afternoon we'll be back at football practice. So that's going to throw a wrench in the thing. But you can't get much done middle of the day or even early afternoon because it's blazing hot and you don't want the animals up. I don't.
You just don't want to bother them.
We've kind of explained that before, but I said it on the video that's coming Tuesday because I said it yesterday while we were videoing. I was like, look, you're not going to see a lot of animal content right now because we're trying to leave them alone. They need to be left alone.
It's for the best for them.
Yeah. How was your 4th of July?
It was really good. We didn't do a whole lot. We went and watched fireworks. We worked some, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
We worked some and went out to eat and watched fireworks. And
did you manage to find Miss Brooks' eggs? We were talking about that today. Mm-hmm. She disappeared for a couple of days and we never saw her go back to the nest, and she is staying around the pens a lot more than what we expect her to.
Yeah.
I think something got her eggs.
Yeah, which doesn't surprise me. But we still have plenty of time before she's out of her laying season because if you remember, we hatched her in August. Mm-hmm. So we've still got plenty of time, like the end of August, I believe it was.
She still could lay some more, but
why is she down?
I don't know. But we have not found a nest yet because she's not staying gone. Mm-hmm. I mean, that first time we were going to follow her back, she slipped off, and we didn't catch her. Mm-hmm. And I haven't noticed her gone since then.
I hadn't either. And I wonder too if she's just trying to stay near water. Just it's so warm right now.
We have a tropical depression over us right now. Lots of rain and 72 degrees.
Oh,
We don't
man, I
mind.
would take it.
I did see that going into the Carolinas. Saw it on the
I
news.
mean, we've had lots of rain anyway, so I'd take the 72 with it.
It is horrible, Lori, but I'd rather have it than be cold ever again like it was my hometown in Illinois. Oh, Lori had said, I don't know how you guys can handle that humidity.
It just feels sticky all the time.
Yeah, but it has not been as humid this week as it was last week.
Mhm.
It's not been quite that bad.
No, it's been.
And even
okay.
yesterday, it was hot, but we had a little bit of breeze blowing.
Mhm.
A little bit.
A little bit. Somebody's shooting fireworks.
Somebody's still doing fireworks.
Somebody said, how's the chicken coop going? Making progress.
Progress.
We were waiting on something we had ordered to come in, and we got it, so we've been utilizing that.
Started yesterday.
Yeah, so we are working on it, and hopefully it's gonna start rolling now.
Lori said the humidity must mess up my hair.
It does.
Deborah just dropped in to say hi from Kentucky. Well, hello, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
I think we've cornered the market on humidity down here. Well, I've discovered that a lot of people deal with humidity. I did not know. I didn't know people in the far north had to deal with the humidity like we do now. Out west, the humidity is not as bad.
Yeah.
But even as far as like Texas, they deal with humidity. But like when I took Zoe to Las Vegas, it was regularly 118, 120 during the day, and I could stay out in it no problem. I didn't sweat out in it. It was hot, but you weren't sweating. You go outside here at 90 and your clothes are wet.
Yeah. So I told you we walked around at the botanical gardens, and I said it wasn't, I was sweating. My shirt was wet, but it was like, I said, I'm not sweating because I'm exercising. I'm sweating because it's just
It was
wet.
just humidity. It was just sticky air.
Yeah.
Zoe, I want to thank you for the coconut cake video. It's nice to share your recipe.
Thank you.
Wanda said humidity affects my breathing. Wanda, mine too. The air is thick, and long story, but I get really close to having a major problem,
Yeah.
like a panic attack. I'm gonna tell that story one day because a lot of that is in my head.
Yeah.
It's not physical, but some of it is still there from the pneumonia and stuff. Whatever. I think I'm gonna tell that story one day, just cause I don't care if people know.
Mm-hmm.
My boss knows. Hi from Wayne, West Virginia. Hey, Sherry. We had a pop-up thunderstorm here on Thursday on Cape Cod, and Rhode Island got hail.
Oh, no.
Hope they drop off the dirt soon for the garden. That could be coming up. I talked to that guy this week.
We have several. Well, I say we have several dry days. It was supposed to be, and it rained a couple of days ago.
It did, but I did talk to that guy this week. Iowa has terrible humidity sometimes. This summer it's been pretty. Mary Beth, we have it all summer long. Like the humidity wasn't as bad today, but it would probably been miserable in some other places. I'm in South Dakota and it gets hot and humid here. August and early September can be killer.
Yeah, that's when we actually hit our worst heat and all.
Janet said when I lived in Vegas, it was a dry heat. I had heard people say that, and I never really understood what they meant. Like, oh, it's a dry heat. Hot's hot. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Because 120 degrees here, you die.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
But it was 118, 120 during the day there, and it'd be like 60 at night.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't make any sense to me. Like, how are we freezing to death?
Yes.
Melba saved the video and plan on making it soon. I still want to hear the story about how you guys came to faith. That might be worth telling too.
Well, we already said we were going to.
I know. But yeah, some of that could be a long story. Jennifer said my company just left.
Go away, company. Got things to do.
Tried to go out today and trim my hedges and had an asthma attack. If you're in Jacksonville, Florida, I bet. Las Vegas is dry air, so don't feel humidity and your sweat dries as it comes out your pores. That's exactly right. Over this weekend, West Texas was 96 with 90% humidity. That's hard to breathe. Humid in southern Missouri. What's my car today? So it rained an hour later. Your parade fundraiser video was so sweet. You're kind to raise money for the kids and help out.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has to raise money for youth sports. It's just part of it. Every sport across the board. And that's why we try to help out other people. I mean, we thought it was a huge deal to us that one of the kids on Cassie's basketball team had our logo on her back. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
It was.
And I was like, if it's fundraising and there's somebody in Oklahoma playing basketball with our logo on their shirt, I'm all in. I thought it was cool.
I thought it was a great idea.
And then when you see our banner for All Stars Baseball, there's Walker Farm Fam on it. When I went to Arizona in December, January, it was 90 during the day and 40 at night. That'd be so hard to dress for. This morning went fishing and the fish decided he wanted more than worm. He took the whole fishing pole into the pond. I'd be in there if it was in a pond. I'd be in there going find my fishing rod.
Oh my goodness! Another fisherman jumped into the pond to try to catch the pole. Today is Loretta's birthday. She's 50.
Well, happy 50th birthday, Loretta.
That's right.
Quiet, lazy weekend inside. Melba went in both winter and summer. I figured out why the buses ran all night. Another fisherman jumped in there to try to catch her pole. No, I'm going in that pond and get my pole. Ain't no doubt.
We walked from one casino to the other just to be able to see all the different interiors. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
Made a big old loop.
Yeah, Zoe walked like 3 blocks and she said, "What is this one?" And I said, "Treasure Island." And we walked another 3 blocks. She said, "No, is this the same one?" I said, "Yep." We were still in front of it. Kim said, "So great to see you two." What's so great about it?
We're amazing.
Wow, whatever. It's my 47th wedding anniversary today. We've been married 2 wonderful years. I know exactly what you mean. Summertime, we walked from casino. You can do it out there. We saw the bobber across the pond and knew the fish was still swimming around with it.
Oh my goodness. And so humble.
Zoe is so humble.
Somebody's got to think we're amazing.
Well, somebody thinks we just argue too much. Like, come on now, y'all are not seeing a real argument. We'll do that when I turn this laptop off.
That's why he gets flies on his head.
You're great because you put a smile on our faces. Mary'd like to thank you. I was just teasing. I ain't trying to get compliments him. I was just joking around. I need to get a friend to put credit on my mobile phone. I don't know how to do it. I let it run out because I don't use it. My father's, it scrolled by me. Father's in hospital, so need to charge the phone up. Hello from northeastern Pennsylvania. Love the Botanical Garden. I visit some in England, and my parents to one in South Carolina when they visited me there many years ago. You're just playing. Yeah, I know. Rochester, New York hit 93 today.
That's about where we were.
something like that.
Yeah.
But you don't think, I mean, look, and I've only been in New York once, and it was in the fall.
Yeah,
It was
wouldn't
cool.
think it would be that
But
hot.
it doesn't occur to me that places that far north get that hot and humid. But it does, because I see it on like Facebook and people commenting on our stuff, and I'm like, I didn't know they got that. And somebody was saying something, I think it was Minnesota. They said something about their humidity, whatever. It was on their video where everything was so hot. And I'm like, look, I'm sorry you're having to deal with humidity. I'm not coming up there for your winters, though, because we can't deal with that.
No.
We can't deal with them kind of winters.
Oh.
No, not a little bit.
It's like that meme.
See, it's amazing you two argue so much. It works.
That meme I send you all the time.
Yeah, I do want to go ice fishing.
Doing it.
Sarah said she would take us ice fishing, though.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But she's got one of them little huts she slide out there on ice, got a heater in it.
Yeah.
You two are having too much fun. Not really. I'm ready to go. I don't like her very much.
Like you.
I've not been awake when you're on and haven't been able to see your live.
Oh, well,
She finally caught it live. Some of us get your banner and think it's funny. Y'all, I'm being serious when I say I've tried to take some of that out of the videos because there were so many people upset about it. So I've been trying to leave some of it out, not all of it. You know, the other day I just told Zoe, I said, I'm too hot to deal with your silliness. And you're like, you the only one that don't like it. Well, no, most people don't like it. I left that part in there, but I was like, I'm trying to do better. I think her twin sisters be 95 December 7th. Holy cow. I bet you grow good watermelons down there. And Zoe, do you have a good peach recipe?
Keep going. Maybe she'll ask what kind of peach. We're a little behind.
We do have, well, we didn't grow good watermelons, but there are some farms around us that grow some good ones. Knights grows good ones. My old buddy Walter at Postel Farms grows some good ones. And there's a watermelon patch right across the road where you turn to go to our farm. It's Penton Farms, and they have good watermelon. So yes, there are some good ones. Had a fall lineup, broke 5 ribs.
That's Lorraine's
waiting
dad.
for a call for him to go pick him up. My goodness. Lord help if people heard me and my husband, they'd think we hated each other. We try not to be that bad.
Nancy loves winter now because she don't have to go out there in it.
Melvin, we have 3 beautiful gardens here. One is Japanese. I'm not even trying to pronounce that one. And third is a river walking greenhouse. That's nice. Ed's been listening. I bet Ed's in Oklahoma.
Ed, are you coming in September?
Did you see they released the dates for the Okie Expo? Hopefully I can get there next year to meet you guys. The Eddie's in the grounds. Jacob, I actually shared that. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and tell you something because they put it out, so it's not like it's a secret, but you may not have seen it yet. But and I have never met this person, but I listened to a book of hers on Audible, the app. Temple Grandin is speaking at the Okie Homesteading Expo, like the pioneer of handling cattle. Like she came up with all kinds of ideas about the best ways to handle cattle and raise cattle and all sorts of things. Temple Grandin was a genius, and she is speaking at the Homesteading Expo. And I love Brandon, but if he needs my help while Temple Grandin is speaking, he is on his own. Buddy, I love you, but you are on your own. You and Nico are going to have to handle it while Temple Grandin is speaking because I'm out.
They're all going to be out.
I'm out.
But it's going to have to put everything out of halt.
I'm disappearing. When we send our volunteer email in, I'm going to say, Rachel, do not put me anywhere. Well, it may not be Rachel. It may or may not be. That does the schedule.
Well, I mean,
she's part of it, but I'm not sure if she does it or Miss Dutch does it. Not sure. Either way, I'm gonna email them and say, don't schedule me when Temple Grandin's on there. Y'all don't worry about your banner. We've been happily married 40 years. Oh, I know. That's y'all. I was just joking. Somebody got on here and got on to me. She is the OG. Yes, Jones Christie. You're coming back to the Okie though, right, Christy?
she better.
Because you bailed last year.
She had to.
Yeah, I know. She did.
Family.
She did. She can be back this year. Ed back in God's country, she said. Holy moly, that's huge. Have y'all not seen that on Facebook? The Okie posted it. I think a lot of people hadn't seen it.
I don't know who she is, but I'll have to go and look. Do that again.
No, I'm not.
Don't pull the muscle.
No, because I'll put a crick in my neck. Now I go chiropractor.
Thought you was having a seizure on me.
Do you really not know who that is?
I don't.
There's a movie about her.
She said she's amazing. Isn't she autistic?
I believe so. Yes, she is.
I know. I saw that there's a movie. That's why I wanted to watch it.
Y'all, I don't want to say for sure. I think she is.
Wanda said yes.
Yes, there's definitely something different there. But she's still a genius. And it was the stuff she came up with was
many people crazy. On the spectrum are brilliant people.
But it was crazy the fact that she came up with the kinds of things. She understood the way cattle would think, because I've been working cattle for
70 years.
What?
70 years.
70?
It's like Rhett today.
No, Zoe, I have not. It's 2025, so I've been working cattle for just over 30 years. And I don't know how they think. Even I've listened to her book, and I still don't know how they think. Cows just are different. Anita don't know who she is either, but it's something. She'd be a must-have speaker to attend. She's awesome, Kathleen said. We need to look up that movie.
I just said that. I would like to watch the movie.
No, North Carolina said, maybe I'm wrong. No, you're absolutely right. It's just, I'm going to get Zoe to look up the movie, because I know there's one out there, but I don't know what the name
That's her name.
Is it really?
Yeah.
But I listened to her Audible, her audio book, and I was like, how the heck did she figure that out? But you know it's right, because everybody does it that way now.
Cattle whisperer.
Yeah, basically. But the things that she came up with, now everybody does it that way, so you know it's right, because that's what works best. But
yep.
Anyway.
Temple Grandin.
They announced that this past week, and I was so excited.
Claire Danes plays Temple.
Listen, dark humor alert. If people in my family would just kindly quit passing away.
I get
Jones
it.
Christie.
I get it.
Well, we hope we will see you again this year.
She's better.
We missed Jones Christie last year.
She needs to come in September.
Yeah, my cows would look at me as they were saying, yeah, right, you think I'm going to stand still for you? And yes, I'm shooting to make it. I will get to meet Temple Grandin. Is that not awesome? I got to meet Joel Salatin.
I was going to say, one of the
2 years in a row.
One of the benefits of volunteering our time and spending a lot of time there is once everything is closed down, we get to spend a little extra time at the end and take pictures. And
I actually got to have conversations with Joel Salatin twice, 2 years in a row. And now I will get to meet Temple Grandin. That's pretty big for me. I'm gonna fangirl that. I am. Well, the good thing is that she's on up in years, so you won't be so.
What will
touchy about it.
What will I be?
You won't be touchy about it.
The audience.
It won't be near as bad as if I try to go that whitetail show and see Hannah Bear.
No, we ain't going to see Hannah Bear. We'll stick with Temple Grandin. Not.
I was trying to drag Rhett into getting him in trouble, and he didn't even know who I was talking about. I said, never mind. Lorraine said, I don't watch a lot of YouTube documentaries, but I watched one the other day called Twinsters about Korean twins separated at birth.
All right.
Londa says she might have to go to Okie just for Temple.
That's right.
Jacob said, if I go to the expo next year, my goal will be to meet you guys. Even Farmer Rhett, if he goes. Farmer Rhett always goes. Grounds family and Eddie's already met the Walkers. Well, Jacob, I hope you do make it, man.
I do too. I think that'd be great.
I really hope you do. Because you would love it.
Yeah.
So I hope you get to make it. I don't. Lonna's going to drag poor old Tom to Oklahoma.
Tom would love it. He would have a good time too. It'd be. She could go and sell some of her.
Chrissy Jones said, I'm shooting for pedals this year.
That'd be great.
And she better be shooting for the Okie.
And then she can come with us watch football game because we'll have to leave and go to the football game.
Y'all, I was fixing to say, give you that schedule for that weekend. When you go set up on Friday, you set up all your little area on Fridays.
Us.
Yeah, for pedals. Then Zoe dropped that bomb in my lap this week, as a matter of fact. I didn't even know it. She said, the Friday we set up for pedals is Mackenzie's homecoming.
Isn't that right?
So Mackenzie, where she's starting school this year, the new school she's going to, their homecoming is that Friday night we set up for pedals. So we'll do that. I told Kevin Grounds about this the other day. So we'll leave there, go to her high school football game, back to pedals Saturday morning.
Early. And
then Saturday evening, both boys will have football games.
That's I love.
That weekend is going to be jam-packed.
It always is.
Stuff.
It always is.
I know. Lori said, I'm trying to get to the pedals event. Lord willing, I won't mail. Lori, you've already said you're coming. You got to.
You just got
to stick to it.
Find you a tent to get under and hang
you
out
can
there.
You can sit under our tent, Lori. It'll be fine. Shelley said, people with autism have brilliant brains once they find their focus. They are knowledgeable on that subject.
That's right.
My son could tell you in great lengths about the Baltimore Orioles and the Ravens. That's awesome.
That's right.
I think just Brandon and Steph go to the Okie Expo next year. I don't know. Maybe.
They didn't bring kids this past
year. I don't
time.
think so. I don't think the kids were there.
Mm-mm. Well, that's because they're busy. They're constantly working.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, they're not. See, like for pedals, they would be just greeting people. They don't have a job to do.
Right. And they brought the kids.
For the Okie, they have a job to do all day, every day.
Right. When they came 2 years ago, they brought the kids with them because it's a smaller area and they don't have to focus on working. And Shawnee's on Sunday.
Deal. Londa, that's a deal. I'm down for Shawnee's breakfast any Sunday morning. Zoe was showing me an announcement. So real quick before we let y'all get off here, we're going to have to wrap up. So our deacons meeting at church, we've started doing them before church because everybody was having to stay after. We had it after service and people have things, family lunches and things like that to get to. So we were like, what if we do it early Sunday mornings? We're like, okay. Well, they decided they would go eat breakfast at Shawnee's on Sunday morning. And I'm like, Zoe, are you okay with that? And she said, yeah, I don't care. And I'm like, well, I'm going to be eating breakfast at Shawnee's without you. And she was okay with that. Well, she showed me the announcement. They have a special prayer breakfast that they're doing. And one of the deacons said it to the pastor as a joke. He said it as a joke because I was sitting next to him when he said it.
Yeah.
He was giggling when he told Andy the name of it. Mm. And Andy said it from the our pastor's name is Andy. He said it from the stage that day. And I was like, no, he didn't. So I asked him about it. He said, was that your idea? I said, no, that wasn't me. That was Wesley. I didn't do it.
Oh, yeah. I
said, I just can't believe you said it. Y'all, they put it on the announcements. That morning is bacon and Jesus. I was like,
Anne's breakfast. Jesus and bacon.
I was like, okay, maybe that can draw some people in.
That's right.
But he was like, look, we can put it out there. It's going to be breakfast, and if bacon helps get a man there, then we're okay with it. I was like, I'm in. Susan, her pastor's name Andy too. If the eggs and the walkers go to the pedals, Casey and Cassie should have a competition to see who get the most eggs. Oh gosh, I don't know if you want more eggs again. Thank you both for a great show tonight. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Maybe we didn't fight too bad for y'all.
Don't forget thumbs ups.
Who's the thumbs up?
I'm telling everybody to give us. We only have 24.
Y'all ain't been hitting. Well, sometimes we don't see the updated number on that.
I'm just saying.
Londa, what's the real number?
That's just Facebook.
It don't show us but 24 of them.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, it's time to wrap up. That's a wrap. All done.
Whatever all that is. Lori said 142.
Okay, good.
That's okay. Y'all get everybody, if you on there, give it one. Unless you just didn't like it and then leave me a comment and say, I just really didn't care for that.
That's okay. He ain't gonna read it anyway. All right. We'll see y'all next Sunday. Video on Tuesday and Saturday.
We hope.
We will.
Okay. We will. Bye, y'all.